For centuries, one of history's greatest mysteries has remained unsolved. Where is Cleopatra, the last queen of Egypt, buried? History tells us that she died alongside her lover, Mark Antony, in 30 BC, shortly after their forces suffered a decisive defeat at the hands of Octavian, who would later become the first emperor of Rome. In the aftermath, their bodies were taken back to Alexandria, where, according to ancient writers, Cleopatra chose to be laid to rest beside her great love in a magnificent tomb deep beneath the city. Yet, despite endless searches, her tomb has never been found. Now, while many are content to dismiss this historical conundrum as nothing more than an old wives' tale, some intrepid explorers remain convinced that the final resting place of the Egyptian queen still exists somewhere beneath the sands of Alexandria, now lost to the sea after a series of earthquakes and floods reshaped the coastline, and with renewed interest in the lost city of Cleopatra, thanks to the recent discovery of an ancient harbor. Some experts even claim that we're closer than ever to uncovering the truth behind what really happened to her body after she died. So if you've ever wondered exactly how the legendary Queen of the Nile met her demise, keep watching, because today we're going to dive into the fascinating details surrounding Cleopatra, this possible burial site, and explore what experts have to say about the chances of it being discovered in our lifetime. Let's get into it. The legend of Cleopatra's tomb. The story of Cleopatra and Mark Antony is a tragic one, and the legend of their doomed romance has captivated people for centuries. According to Plutarch, a Greek biographer who lived during the 1st through 2nd centuries AD, Mark Antony and Cleopatra met for the first time when she was only 14 years old. He was so struck by her intelligence and beauty that he broke off his engagement to a Roman noblewoman and married Cleopatra instead. Together, they ruled over Egypt and parts of the eastern Mediterranean until Octavian, Mark Antony's adopted son and heir, declared war on them in 32 BC when Octavian's forces landed in Alexandria. Cleopatra and Mark Antony fled to the Temple of the Moon, where they took their own lives rather than face capture by their enemies. As the legend goes, Cleopatra allowed an SP, an Egyptian snake, to coil around her arm and bite her, while Mark Antony plunged a dagger into his own chest. Upon learning of her lover's death, Cleopatra had herself embalmed in the traditional manner of the Egyptian pharaohs, and was placed in a golden coffin alongside Mark Antony's remains. They were then buried together in a secret tomb beneath the royal palace in Alexandria, which was designed to confuse future explorers and prevent their resting place from ever being discovered. The search for Cleopatra's tomb. Over the centuries, many explorers have come forward, claiming to know the location of Cleopatra's lost tomb. Unfortunately for these hopeful treasure hunters, none of their claims have panned out. That's because the exact location of the queen's final resting place has been lost to history. We do know that Alexandria was a major port city in the ancient world, and that it was home to one of the largest libraries and a museum of antiquities. But the city was also known for its decadence and corruption, and it is possible that the records relating to Cleopatra's burial were destroyed during one of the many upheavals that shook the city over the centuries. In recent decades, archaeologists have focused their search efforts on two main areas, both of which are located near modern-day Alexandria. The first is an area known as Taposiris Magna, which was once a bustling necropolis. Between 2001 and 2005, archaeologists uncovered several secret tunnels and ancient burial chambers here, all of which date back to the late period of ancient Egypt. One chamber contained the mummies of 2 priests, while another held a collection of alabaster candelabras and other artifacts. Though none of these discoveries turned out to be Cleopatra's tomb, some experts believe that the final resting place of the Egyptian queen may still be hiding somewhere beneath the temple ruins. The other area of interest is located near the coast of Alexandria, not far from the site of the ancient lighthouse of Alexandria. This area is believed to have been the location of Cleopatra's palace, and it is possible that her tomb was buried along with the rest of the city when the sea level rose and swallowed up the land. In 1900, an Italian archaeologist named Belzone discovered the submerged ruins of a massive structure that he believed was Cleopatra's palace. However, excavations revealed nothing more than broken columns and pieces of marble, and the search for the queen's tomb was eventually abandoned. Why does it matter? While many people are content to dismiss the search for Cleopatra's tomb as nothing more than a wild goose chase, there are several reasons why finding her final resting place would be a major historical event. First and foremost, Cleopatra wasn't just a queen. She was a brilliant strategist and diplomat who managed to hold off the Roman invaders for nearly 2 decades. She was also a woman who defied the constraints of her gender and used her intelligence and wit to carve out a place for herself in history. Discovering her tomb would allow us to learn more about her life and legacy and would provide insights into the challenges she faced as a female ruler in a male-dominated world. Cleopatra's tomb may also hold clues about her relationship with Mark Antony. The two were known to be deeply in love, and it is possible that their tomb could provide insights into the nature of their relationship and the cultural norms of the time. Additionally, Cleopatra's tomb may contain priceless treasures. Ancient rulers were often buried with their most prized possessions, and it is possible that the Egyptian queen's tomb could contain artifacts that are worth millions of dollars. These artifacts could provide insights into the wealth and power of the Egyptian monarchy, and could help historians better understand the economic system of the ancient world. Finally, discovering Cleopatra's tomb would be a major tourist draw, bringing visitors from all over the world to Alexandria and boosting the local economy. Egypt is already a popular tourist destination, and the discovery of the Queen's tomb would only add to its allure. The search continues. Despite the many challenges that have hindered the search for Cleopatra's tomb, experts remain optimistic that it will eventually be discovered. Recent advances in technology have made it easier than ever to explore underwater sites and remote areas of the desert, and with renewed interest in the lost city of Cleopatra, there is hope that new discoveries will shed light on the final resting place of the Egyptian queen. One of the most promising leads is the recently discovered harbor near the ancient lighthouse of Alexandria. This harbor was once one of the busiest in the ancient world, and it's possible that Cleopatra's body was brought here before being buried. Experts believe that the harbor could also provide clues about the layout of the city, and may help pinpoint the location of Cleopatra's palace and tomb. Another promising lead is the temple of Taposiris Magna, which was once one of the most important religious sites in Egypt. Archaeologists have uncovered several tombs here, but they believe that the final resting place of Cleopatra may still be hiding beneath the temple ruins. One theory suggests that Cleopatra's body was buried in a secret chamber beneath the temple floor, while others believe that she was laid to rest in a tomb that is yet to be discovered. While the search for Cleopatra's tomb continues, experts are divided over whether or not it will ever be found. Some believe that the tomb is lost forever, while others are convinced that it will be discovered in our lifetime. Only time will tell what secrets Cleopatra's tomb holds, and whether or not it will ever be uncovered. But one thing is certain: the legend of the Egyptian queen will live on for centuries to come. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave us a like and subscribe so you never miss an upload. With that said, see you next time. Thank you for watching.